the performance of attack and penetration on all district-managed network systems. The scope of testing included district internal and external networks, domains, and endpoints. All systems facing the internet were included in the engagement scope. Procedures were designed to simulate the techniques of the real-world cyber attacker. Engagement received 2 separate clean opinions: satisfactory for the external penetration testing and satisfactory for the internal penetration testing. 5 opportunities for improvement were presented and discussed with the committee. None of the identified items were considered to be significant individually or in the aggregate. Questions were addressed by staff as they were received from the committee. The next audit committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. The meeting was adjourned at approximately 7:50 a.m. This concludes the audit committee report.
Thank you, Trustee Watson. Trustee
Yes.
Kistner with the program management report.
Thank you. The Program Management Committee met on December 3rd, 2024 at 7:53 a.m. The meeting was attended by Trustees Wabi, Wilson, and Watson, with myself and Nick Zisson online. I called roll and had no further comments. The minutes of the November 5th, 2024 Program Management meeting were approved. The agenda items to be introduced tonight were presented and discussed, including a detailed discussion regarding the following items. Ordinance numbers 16497 through 16499. Staff reviewed the details on the annual fiscal year 2025 funding appropriations for the CSO Green Infrastructure and Small Grants programs. These programs continue the district's consent decree commitment to reduce combined sewer overflow to the Mississippi River, the River de Pear, and improve water quality throughout the region. Ordinance number 16500. Staff discussed the planned supplemental appropriation for the design and construction management contract for the Bissell and Lemay fluidized bed incinerator project. This multi-year contract with Black & Veatch Corporation provides owners representation for the new facility's construction. There was a discussion between staff and Trustee Wabi regarding the length and cost of this contract. Staff agreed to provide the committee with MSD's overall cost projections for this contract. Ordinance numbers 15502 through 15506. Staff presented and reviewed details of 5 planned appropriations and contract authorizations for engineering and planning and design services on tonight's agenda. The services will provide planning and engineering design for sanitary and stormwater and storm sewer projects funded for construction in future fiscal years. 3 of these contracts are funded from the district-wide stormwater rate passed by voters earlier this year. Staff answered detailed questions from Trustee Wabi regarding the Prospect Hill landfill improvements project that was presented. Ordinance number 16507. Staff discussed the planned supplemental appropriation for the construction of the Bissell and Lemay fluidized bed incinerator project. The $265 million appropriation is the second appropriation for the project. Assistant Director Alan Mueller provided a detailed presentation on the project's progress and activities. Staff answered various questions from the trustees. Ordinance numbers 16509 through 16512. Staff reviewed the details and bid information for 4 construction projects bids over the past month. These ordinances will authorize contracts and appropriate the necessary funds for these projects. The Mississippi Floodwall Pump Station Rehabilitation Project was procured as a design-build project. This project is 4th phase of a multi-year program to rehabilitate and enhance the reliability of these pump stations that are critical to the flood protection and overflow regulation systems. Ordinance numbers 16515 through 16520. Staff is requesting appropriation for the continued funding of a municipal stormwater grant program within 6 OMCI taxing subdistricts. Staff additionally requested continued authorization to administer the grants below $50,000 without future approval of the board. Staff answered questions from the committee regarding the size of several of the municipal allocations and further discussed future stormwater grants to be funded from the newly approved stormwater rate. Ordinance number 16524 through 16526. Staff reviewed the details of 3 sanitary sewer projects currently in easement acquisition. Staff has been unable to retain necessary property rights for these projects. The property rights will provide the necessary easements and working room to complete construction. Staff is very close in obtaining property rights and anticipates not requiring condemnation on at least 2 of these projects, but is requesting authorization to move forward with condemnation to keep the projects on schedule. The next committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for December 31st, 2024. The meeting was adjourned at 9:03 a.m. This concludes the Program Management Board comments report.
Thank you, Trustee Kistner. Trustee Evans with the Finance Committee report.
The Finance Committee met on December 3rd, 5 a.m. The meeting was attended by Trustees Wilson, Wabi, and Watson, with Trustees Nicholson and Kistner online. Trustee Wilson called roll and had no further comments. The minutes of the November 5th, 2024 Finance Committee meeting were approved. The following agenda items being introduced tonight were presented and discussed by district staff. Resolution number 3922, District Independent Audit Services. This resolution authorizes the district to exercise option year 3 of 4 renewal option years with Clifton Larson Allen LLP for an independent audit of all accounts and funds of the district and sub-district for fiscal year ending June 30, 2024. Resolution numbers 3933 and 3933, Contract for Financial Advisory Services. The district retains financial advisors to assist with general and transactional professional financial advisory services. Independent Public Advisors, LLC, and Public Financial Management will be used on an as-needed basis to assist with bond issues, development of a financing plan, and assistance with rate commission work. This action exercises contract option year 1 of 2 between the district and IPA and PFM. Resolution number 3935, Investment Advisory Services. This action authorizes renewal of a contract with U.S. Bancorp for investment management services for the 4th and final 1-year renewal term of the contract. Other items discussed during the committee included the following. Director of Finance Marion G. gave an update on the district's key financial performance indicators as of October 31, 2024. He stated the district's forecasted revenues, operating expenses, and capital expenditures are all favorable to the budget. Secretary Treasurer Tim Snoke reviewed the district's operating fund portfolio as of November 27, 2024. Tim indicated that the portfolio is in compliance with the district's investment policy. The next committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, December 31, 2024. The meeting was adjourned at 9:16 a.m. This concludes the Finance Committee Board comments report.
Thank you, Trustee Evans. Trustee Wilson with the Stakeholder Relations.
Good evening, everyone. The Stakeholder Relations Committee met at District Headquarters on December the 3rd, 2024 at 9:18 a.m. The meeting was attended by Chairperson Wilson and Trustees Wabi and Watson. Trustee Evans was not in attendance, and Trustee Kistner and Nicholson were in attendance online. Chairperson Wilson called roll, had no further comments. The minutes of the November 5th, 2024 Stakeholder Relations Committee meeting were voted on and approved. The first agenda item was a discussion by Todd Ashbacher, regarding a resolution for an extension of the district's contract for third-party claims administration services. This action provides for an extension of the contract for the administration of liability, water backup, and workman's compensation claims against the district, and will authorize the district to exercise option year 1 of 4 with Thomas McGee LLC. This is Resolution 3936 on the December 2024 board agenda. The next item was a discussion by Tracy Coleman regarding an ordinance for the district's classification plan. This action will update the plan to introduce 3 new positions as approved by the Civil Service Commission and is ordinance number 16527 on the December 24 board agenda. The meeting was adjourned at 9:21 a.m. The next committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for December 31st, 2024.
Thank you, Trustee Wilson. Report of Executive Director.
Mr. Chairman, I have no report this month.
Comments from the public. We have one, Ms. Jennifer Bouquet. I'd like to remind everyone about the rules for the public comment period. We ask that members of the public who wish to make comments, please keep their remarks to 5 minutes. Also, if a group has come to speak on the same topic, we ask that they select a spokesman for the group. If a member of the public has questions for MSD, we ask that the questions are presented in writing so that MSD can research and respond properly. I would like to thank the public for their cooperation.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Bouquet. I submitted my comments ahead of time, so hopefully everyone has a copy, including questions. So I just wanted to come and read the comments personally. So I am president of a company named J&J Boring Incorporated. We are a WBE contractor, and we have been working with the district for 41 years, I think. And I have been an active stakeholder throughout the evolution of MSD's diversity project, all the way back to the very first diversity study that the district did, being very involved in all the stakeholder meetings and conversations about that. I'm here tonight to share concerns that I have regarding the MWBE participation and evaluation processes, particularly related to the 2 Mile Creek Outfall Sanitary Relief Project that is on the agenda tonight for introduction. It's item number 39. At a recent site MWBE networking event, I met a woman by the name of Sarah O'Sullivan, who is the owner of Montero Construction Services. Ms. O'Sullivan described her work as focused on engineering and compliance matters, such as program management or project management and paperwork. She actually made the comment of, I do the paperwork no one else wants to do. This aligns with what's listed on her website, the services that she offers, which is project management, environmental compliance, and material procurement, but notably no physical boots on the ground construction. The next day, I was surprised to see that Montero Construction was listed on Form A as a WBE contractor to do on the 2 Mile Creek project to perform riprap installation and tunneling with the contract value of $1,080,000. These two scopes of work require specialized labor, equipment, and relevant construction experience, none of which were evident based on my personal interaction with Ms. O'Sullivan or subsequent research that I did. In fact, Montero is not signatory to any labor agreement in the St. Louis area, so that tells me that she just never had any boots on the ground workforce here. Montero does have the NAICS code of 237990, which is other heavy and civil engineering construction, but that code does also covers program management or project management, so I'm assuming that is how she received that code, which raises in questions about its applicability for labor-intensive scopes. While I understand that MSD may not be able to share specific details about individual subcontractor evaluations until the contract is finalized, my intention is to ensure that MSD's diversity program continues to reflect the integrity, fairness, and transparency that stakeholders like myself have valued and supported for decades. The situation highlights broader concerns of how does MSD ensure that subcontractors listed on bids meet the requirements for performing a commercially useful function? How does MSD validate that the scope of work aligns with the subcontractor's actual capabilities, experience, workforce, equipment, especially when they have a NAICS code that's very broad? Does project management experience qualify a subcontractor to fulfill the roles that, quote, require physical construction expertise? And does project management meet the definition of a commercially useful function? I recognize and respect that MSD has a rigorous evaluation process. I actually have experienced this process both as a general contractor and a subcontractor. And I know that typically that includes an assessment of cost, certifications, experience, equipment, and work history. However, situations like this one raise concerns about whether the program is consistently applying these standards and preventing the use of pass-through entities. My goal is to encourage a broader discussion about the transparency and rigor of these evaluations. Transparency strengthens the trust in the program and ensures that all contractors, especially MWBE contractors, have confidence in the system. MSD has a long history of fostering fairness, inclusion, and I urge the board to continue to uphold these values. A robust diversity program not only protects MWBE contractors like me, but also reinforces the integrity of MSD's projects and the trust of its stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bouquet. Submission of public hearings,
There are none.
communications,
There are none.
consent agenda.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. The consent agenda tonight is items 10 through 24. Is there any board member who would like to pull an item for a separate vote? Hearing none, is there a motion for adoption?
Second.
All right, Mr. Wabi.
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
All right, there's no unfinished business, so we'll move to new business. The first item is item 25, the introduction of ordinance number 16497, a supplemental appropriation of $5 million from the general fund to be used for construction of green infrastructure in the CSO volume reduction green infrastructure project in the city of St. Louis and St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Thank you. Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner? Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 26 is the introduction of ordinance number 16498, a supplemental appropriation of $2 million from the general fund to be used for construction of green infrastructure in the CSO volume reduction green infrastructure river to pair project in the city of St. Louis and St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 27, the introduction of ordinance number 16499, a supplemental appropriation of $200,000 from the Stormwater Regulatory Fund to be used for small grant administration agreement in the Stormwater Quality Green Infrastructure Small Grant Rainscaping Program in St. Louis County and the city of St. Louis, authorizing the district to amend a contract with Missouri Botanical Gardens. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Take that as a motion and a second. Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 28 is the introduction of ordinance number 16500, a supplemental appropriation of $10 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for engineering during construction phase services in the Bissell and Lime Wastewater Treatment Facility Fluidized Bed Incinerator Project in the city of St. Louis and unincorporated St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to amend a contract with Black & Veatch. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 29 is the introduction of ordinance number 16501, a supplemental appropriation of $175,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design and engineering during the construction phase services in the Mississippi Floodwall ORS Pump Stations Rehabilitation Project in the city of St. Louis, and authorizing the district to amend a contract with Black & Veatch. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 30, the introduction, of ordinance number 16502, appropriating $1.2 million from the general fund to be used for design in Cox Creek Pump Station and Forest Main Master Plan pre-design study in the Missouri River Service Area, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Stantec Consulting Services. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 31 is the introduction of ordinance number 16503, appropriating $600,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of landfill expansion in the Prospect Hill Landfill Improvements Project in the city of St. Louis and the village of Riverview, St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Feeser Engineering. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 32 is the introduction of ordinance number 16504, appropriating $400,000 from the Stormwater Capital Fund to be used for general engineering services in the General Services Agreement Stormwater Capital Project Design Contract A project in the cities of Afton, Baldwin, and St. Louis, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Lockmuir Group. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 33 is the introduction of ordinance number 16505, appropriating $815,000 from the Stormwater Capital Fund to be used for general engineering services in the General Services Agreement Stormwater Capital Project Design Contract B project in the cities of Afton, Baldwin, and St. Louis, authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Oates Associates. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 34, introduction of ordinance number 16506, appropriating $1 million from the Stormwater Capital Fund to be used for general engineering services and the general services agreement, stormwater planning, projects in various locations throughout the district, authorizing the district to enter into contract with Intuition and Logic Engineering. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 35, introduction of ordinance number 16507, a supplemental appropriation of $265 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for wastewater treatment plant construction in the Bissell and Lemay Wastewater Treatment Facility Fluidized Bed Incinerator Project in the city of St. Louis and unincorporated St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 36, introduction of ordinance number 16508, a supplemental appropriation of $6.5 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to use for sanitary sewer construction in the WW2 and WW3 Warson Woods Sanitary Relief Project in the cities of Glendale, Rock Hill, Warson Woods, Ladue, and Kirkwood, and authorizing the district to appropriate additional funds to a contract with Fred M. Luth and Sons. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 37, introduction of ordinance number 16509, appropriating $1.1 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for sanitary sewer construction in the Hawthorne Estate Sanitary Relief Project in the cities of Town and Country and DePair, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Understall Contracting. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 38 is the introduction of ordinance number 16510, appropriating $7 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for combined sewer construction in the Mississippi Floodwall ORS Pump Stations Rehabilitation Phase 4 project in the city of St. Louis, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Alberici Constructors. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Yes. Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 39 is the introduction of ordinance number 16511, appropriating $14 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for sanitary construction in the TM01 2 Mile Creek Outfall Sanitary Relief Project in the cities of Huntley and Ladue, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Bates Utility Company. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 40 is the introduction of ordinance number 16512, appropriating $150,000 from the Operation Maintenance Construction and Improvement, or OMCI, Fund of Graveway Creek to use for stormwater construction in the Dixon 615 Storm Sewer Project in the city of Kirkwood, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Enterprise Sewer and Drain. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
All right, item 41, introduction of ordinance number 16513, appropriating $200,000 from the general fund to be used for rainfall data gathering and analysis in the Radar Rainfall Data Project throughout the district service area, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with View and Associates. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 42 is the introduction of ordinance number 16514, a supplemental appropriation of $262,350 from the general fund to be used for water quality sampling in the Streamflow Water Quality Sampling Project district-wide, and authorizing the district to amend a contract with Geosyntec Consultants. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
All right, items 43 through 48 are all supplemental appropriations for various OMCI funds for municipal stormwater expenditure cost sharing. So if there are no objections, I'd like to read those as a group, and then we'll take one vote. Hearing no objections, I'll start with item 43, which is the introduction of ordinance number 16515, a supplemental appropriation of $1,129,605 from the OMCI Fund of Coldwater Creek for cost sharing for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Coldwater Creek OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County, authorizing the district to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the municipalities where revenue is collected by the Coldwater Creek OMCI. Item 44 is the introduction of ordinance number 16516, a supplemental appropriation of $2,117,097 from the OMCI Fund of Deer Creek for cost share for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Deer Creek OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with municipalities where revenue is collected by the Deer Creek OMCI. Item 45, introduction of ordinance number 16517, a supplemental appropriation of $824,673 from the OMCI Fund of Gravely Creek for cost share for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Gravely Creek OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with municipalities where revenue is collected by the Gravely Creek OMCIs. 46 is the introduction of ordinance number 16518, a supplemental appropriation of $139,993 from the OMCI Fund of the Seminary Branch of River de Pear for cost share for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Seminary OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County, also authorizing the district to enter into intergovernmental agreements with the municipalities where revenue is collected by the Seminary Branch of River de Pear OMCI. Item 47 is the introduction of ordinance number 16519, a supplemental appropriation of $161,889 from the OMCI Fund of Sugar Creek for cost share for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Sugar Creek OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to enter into intergovernmental agreements with municipalities where revenue is collected by the Sugar Creek OMCI. And item 48 is the introduction of ordinance number 16520, a supplemental appropriation of $502,198 from the OMCI Fund of University City for cost share for municipal stormwater expenditures in the University City OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to enter into intergovernmental agreements with municipalities where revenue is collected by the University City OMCI. So for items 43 through 48, is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Next is item 49, the introduction of ordinance number 16521 that authorizes the district to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Breckenridge Hills for cost sharing for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Coldwater Creek OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Item 50, introduction of ordinance number 16522, authorizing the district to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the city of St. Anne for cost sharing for municipal stormwater expenditures, also in the Coldwater Creek OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Item 51 is the introduction of ordinance number 16523, authorizing the district to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Shrewsbury for cost sharing for municipal stormwater expenditures in the Seminary OMCI reimbursements program in St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Item 52, introduction of ordinance number 16524, declaring the necessity for the acquisition of easements and temporary construction easements and certain real property within the district for the purpose of construction of sewers and related appurtenances in the project known as L51 Pump Station Force Main Improvements in the city of Maryland Heights to serve the needs of residents of the area, and authorizing staff to proceed with further condemnation efforts related to the project. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Item 53 is the introduction of ordinance number 16525, declaring the necessity for the acquisition of easements and temporary construction easements and certain real property within the district for the purpose of construction of sewers and related appurtenances in the project known as Mulberry Creek Sanitary Relief in the cities of Crestwood and Sunset Hills to serve the needs of residents of the area, and authorizing staff to proceed with further condemnation efforts related to the project. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Item 54 is the introduction of ordinance number 16526, declaring the necessity for the acquisition of easements and temporary construction easements and certain real properties in the district for the purpose of construction of sewers and related appurtenances in the project known as Villette Court, 806 sanitary replacement in the city of unincorporated St. Louis County, to serve the needs of residents of the area and authorizing staff to proceed with further condemnation efforts related to the project. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
All right, then we'll end the introductions with an introduction and adoption of ordinance 16527, which repeals ordinance 16477, is adopted November 14, 2024, and enact a new ordinance prescribing changes to the classification plan to update classifications to reflect the introduction of new job titles, retitle existing job titles, and update the pay grade of one position. All changes have been approved by the Civil Service Commission. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Do I hear an objection to the suspension of the rule? Hearing none, is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to resolutions. The first one is item 56, the adoption of resolution 3932 to exercise option year 3 of a contract previously authorized by ordinance 15824, adopted December 9, 2021, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with Clifton Larson Allen to provide an independent audit of the accounting records of the district. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 57 is the adoption of resolution 3933 to exercise option year 1 of the contract previously authorized by ordinance 15822, adopted December 9, 2021, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with independent public advisors to provide general and transactional professional financial advisory services to the district. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 58, adoption of resolution 3934 to exercise option year 1 of a contract previously authorized by ordinance 15823, also adopted December 9, 2021, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with Public Financial Management, or PFM, to provide general and transactional professional financial advisory services to the district. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
Item 59, the adoption of resolution 3935 to exercise option year 4 of the contract previously authorized by ordinance 15567. It was adopted December 10, 2020, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with U.S. Bank Corp Asset Management to provide investment management services for the district. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
And finally, item 60, the adoption of resolution 3936 to exercise option year 1 of the contract previously authorized by ordinance 16202, adopted September 14, 2023, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with Thomas McGee to provide claims administrative services district-wide. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Wabi?
Aye.
Ms. Kistner?
Aye.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholasison?
Yes.
All right, and with that, Mr. Chair, there's no further business tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.